Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Kamishara, and welcome to my new channel. Well, my newly branded channel, Kamishara's Sacred Garden, Healing from the Skin. And I was supposed to be updating you on my plant journey. I have been growing some plants from seed, and if you watched the last video, you know they all died, all of them. So I kind of replanted some stuff. I planted my yams, and it was a white potato and a yam, which is still going well. Woohoo! I've also gotten some new plants that I got from not from seeds. So I started from a baby plant, and I'm growing them to hopefully big plant that will last long. And I'm going to show you how those are doing and what I'm doing to keep them healthy and full of nutrients and all that good stuff. I got some stuff brewing in my kitchen, and I have also joined a CSA. A CSA. If you don't know what a CSA is, it's a community supported agriculture. Ooh, I forget what it means. Community supported agriculture. It's a communal way of supporting a farm, but I'm part of a herbal CSA. So they sell herbs. They sell fresh herbs. So I just got my first bundle of fresh herbs. I'm excited. Some of them are drying, and I also just realized that I should have dried them a different way. It's best to let them hang upside down instead of letting them lay flat. I got mine laying flat, but it's okay. We're learning. So I'm still in the midst of my learning herbalism journey. I'm in the middle of a 3-year course. It's a home study course to help me out with my new employment, as well as my new passion and desire to utilize more herbs, not only in my life and my family's life, but to be able to assist those out there who would rather use herbs as opposed to your medical medicines, or who just like to supplement, use the herbs in addition to the medicines that they use out there. Anyway, I don't do medicines. If you know me, you know I don't do medicines. I don't do painkillers. I don't do none of that. If it's not a herb, I'm not taking it. I wasn't always like that. I grew up taking at least painkillers. But yeah, now I've come to the point in my life where I just this is what works for me. They've worked really, really well. I'm used to working with some African herbs through Unconstant Natural Healing. I've recently, for very many reasons, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. Maybe another video I'll get into my reasoning why. But I actually am working more with North American herbs. Part of the reasoning is because I live in North America. And I think where you live are the herbs that you should learn to, one, recognize, learn how to use, learn the benefits of, learn how to harvest, learn how to grow, learn all those things about the herbs that grow underneath your feet where you live. There's some more things with that too. Nothing wrong with African herbs, nothing wrong with tropical herbs, but I don't live in Africa and I don't live in a tropical area. I live in northeastern North America. And the herbs that grow around me are the herbs that I should be able to recognize, know how to use, and know how to harvest and know what they can do for me. So that's part of my philosophy that I didn't always have, but I've come to realize that is something that we all should do. So without going further into that, I'm going to show you my potatoes and my yams. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is I hope I'm getting not a glare. This is my yam plant. The potatoes that were at the back, I think, died. And I don't see those anymore. All I see are the yams. So I think the white potato that was in there died off. If the potato is still viable under the earth, I don't know. I guess when I when these eventually die back and I, harvest these, and I hope I get some sweet potatoes. We will find out what happened to the white potato that was in there. Okay, so these are some of the herbs that I purchased. This is lemon balm. I purchased it at a small plant and replanted it in my pot. I don't know what is growing inside my lemon balm, but if you look over here, oh, what was that? I don't know if that was a leaf or a bug. Okay, the great outdoors be trying to come into my home and have the great outdoors indoors. But anyway, this is my lemon balm, but you can see there's something growing in there. I'm going to get to this later. This is my sage plant. We have our rosemary right back there, and this is rue. So we have a rue plant. So these are all the plants. Now this plant, I was making some baby food. I'm going to talk about the baby food later. Well, in the same video, but we're going to get into more into it later. And I had some pumpkin, and I said, you know what, just plant the seeds and see what happened. And I did, and it's growing like crazy. So there's 3 stalks. There were actually, I think I planted 6, and all of them grew. I pulled some of them out and put 2 in a plot that I have in my other room up front, facing my west facing window. This is my east facing window. So I hope you can see well and you're not getting too much glare, because there is a glare right in front of my window. Oh, I need to clean my windows. But that is a pumpkin. It's a pumpkin plant. And there are 3 stalks in here. So there's one, this one, whoops, sorry. This one right here seems to be the healthiest one. There's another one here, and there's another one there. This is the least healthy. I may end up just pulling this up so that it's just these 2 in there, and it's not too overcrowded with the roots. So we're going to see. I think I'm going to actually do that. If I don't, well, we're going to see what we do about that. If I don't just pull it out and just toss it, and I decide I'm going to keep it and replant it, then I'll probably, look at all my babies in the back. Anyway, I'll probably just, I have my light on. Sorry. I'll either just compost it or I'll put it in the other plant with the other 2. But I have other stuff that I just planted in there. Okay, well, maybe not. I'll probably just compost it. Anyway, I do want to show you my my herbs that I got and let you know what they are. Okay, hold on. So these are the herbs that I got from the CSA. We have some St. John's wort. Actually, they're drying pretty decent. I wasn't sure if I was drying them right because I was just looking at YouTube and they were saying, oh yeah, you want to keep them bundled upside down so the essential oils go to the buds. I was like, oh, oops, I didn't do that. I unbundled them and I laid them flat. But I like this room back here because it's pretty dry. It's not, it doesn't get moist back here. They said it needs to be in a dry place. Oh, this is still really, really wet. I might need to, well, not really wet, but wetter than I would expect. This was the St. John's wort. What was that? Oh, this is the California poppy. This is lavender. We have some calendula over there. This one, we have some goldenrod, and this we can find in Parcel Park. If you watch some of my older videos, you'll see the funny video that I did with my daughter while I was harvesting some goldenrod at Parcel Park. This is tobacco. I think this needs to spread out some more. Seems like it's taking a long time. Tobacco is a stinky plant, by the way. If you don't know anything about tobacco, I put a little paper towel under some of them, not all of them. And I think I should have put paper towel under all of them. I might do that. Anyway, this is tobacco. And then we have a bunch of different types of mint. We had an apple mint. Was this the apple mint? Oh, this is almost dry. Okay, wait. Let me see which one. What mint is this? Let's see if I can tell. Yeah, this is the apple mint. It has some really pretty buds at the top. We had a chocolate mint, which is down here, which is all the way down there. This is, yes, this is the chocolate mint. I hope you're seeing this well. Hope we got some good light there. So you got the apple mint up top. You got the chocolate mint down here. Now we had some anise hyssop. I think that's this one. I'm trying to remember what plants were what now. Oh no, I'm kind of forgetting. This is the anise hyssop. And I think it was. Because we also had a mint called lavender mint. But I never heard of lavender mint before. It wasn't lavender. This is very fragrant. I think this is the anise hyssop. I may have to do the Google search again to make sure what is what. This is the plant that's lavender mint. It had some really pretty lavender flowers. It smells like mint. It smells like a very light hint of a mint, and has all these lavender buds, and even the, well, I don't know if it still does now, but when I smelled the buds by themselves, the buds kind of smelled like a little, like a faint lavender. And then the plants all the way on the bottom, these are just a spearmint, a regular spearmint. So everything is still drying. Yeah, so that's the anise hyssop. Got our tobacco. Tobacco has a very beautiful, pretty bud. But yeah, this is a stinky plant. Ooh, it smells weird. I've never smelled tobacco before. I've never even seen tobacco before. Just to think that some of our ancestors that were enslaved were growing this. And not under very pleasurable circumstances, of course, because they were being forced to grow it. But it is a very good plant. I'll be using this more spiritually than medicinally. If it has medicinal properties, I don't really know of it, but I know it's a plant that's usually given as offerings for various spiritual practices. Still learning. But I'm definitely going to be making an oil with my calendula oil, and I'll be making an oil with the St. John's wort. Yes. The lavender that I have up here in the California poppy, I'm going to be making a tea. I'm going to let this dry out, and I'm going to use it to make a tea blend. A nice relaxing tea blend. Yeah. So I'm really happy. So I don't know when the last month is. I also wanted to make a lavender honey, but it's not that much lavender. So I'll probably every week, every Saturday, they have the open market at Grand Army Plaza right over here in Brooklyn, where they have the lavender people. So they come and they sell lavender. I'll probably just get some lavender from out there. That's why I get my honey. Oh, that's why I got my honey. That's why I used to get my honey all the time. I used to get these huge jars of honey. And the jars were, of course, kept to do other things with. And the honey was amazing. But, of course, that was like good 15 years ago when I used to get those huge jars of honey. I think they were like $50 to $60. They were really, really, it had to be about a gallon of honey. It had to be about a gallon of honey. Really, really cost effective. So I priced it, and they were $85, which is still, I think, for today's prices, is really good. $85 for like a gallon of farm fresh honey from a bee maker. So it was pretty good. But they had buckwheat, they had forest flower honey, which is what I got because they didn't have buckwheat in the size that I wanted. But the darker honeys are full of iron. They have a lot of iron content in them, and they have this really robust flavor that I really love. So I'm going to be using the forest flower honey in the concoction that I'm making. Oh, so this wasn't the only thing I got. I also got some basil and some elderberries, but I'm going to show you the basil. It's in the kitchen, and the elderberries are in the kitchen, so come along with me in the kitchen. Come along with me. We're going to the kitchen. All right. So in my kitchen, I have decided to start to make some of my concoction. I'm just letting it stew down some. Let me show you my basil. I put it in a cup. And I think I really need to, because it's kind of wilting. So, wait a minute. I think I had holy basil as well as basil. I don't remember everything that I got. This was the regular basil. I think there was some holy basil too. So maybe it was, I don't know. Any case, I have to learn all of my herbs and what I got. So that's the basil. I was going to make some pesto with that. But this is our, hold on, let me just, I wanted to turn you around so I could show you two things that I'm making. One, I went to our open fresh market to get some, I got sweet potatoes, I got some purple potatoes, carrots, beets. What else did I get? I got, apple. I got some apples and what else? Oh, I got one, what do you call it, summer squash. So I got all of that to make some baby food. So baby food for my little granddaughter. And then, you know, I had the water that was left over. I did put some of the water into the mix of the baby food. I got a whole bunch of baby food in the refrigerator. Yeah, she's still drinking bottle. Although she's eating solid food, she's not eating a lot of solid food. So we still, you know, blending them up and giving her food in bottle form. And afterwards, I thought, well, you know what? All the nutrients are in the water. That's why I made sure to put the water into the bottle of the food blend that I made. But there was still a little bit of water left over. I said, what to do with that? I said, oh, you know what? This is a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, a lot of all good kind of good stuff. Let's see what we can do. Let's feed our plants with it. So I put all of the plant part that I wasn't going to, of course, blend up. All the ends and all that other stuff. And then I threw in some shells from the eggs that I made this morning. And apple core and all that stuff in there. And I'm making some, you know, plant food. So that's plant food back there. This is our elderberry, and I'm just, it's on, but it's on really, oh, you can't even see the fire. It's on really low, and as you can see, the water was up here, and it's slowly going down. So this is going to, we want to let it cook down to at least half. So it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to be on here for a minute. Just simmering down, not really even a simmer, to be honest. It's like a boil, but not even a simmer. It's just on, and we're gonna let it simmer down to about half of the water that's in there and make a really strong decoction. So we have some elderberries in here. We have some sorrel. We have hibiscus leaves in there as well. I put a little bit of star anise because star anise has a lot of good properties in it, antibacterial, antiviral. We have some allspice in there and clove and ginger. I didn't have any fresh ginger, so I used ginger powder. Prefer to use fresh ginger next time I make this. And I didn't have enough whole cloves, so I used the clove powder. So, and I threw some nutmeg in there as well. Nutmeg is also another antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial. So all of those hard seeds, and there's some cinnamon in there. So that's going to be, those are all of the, like when I'm making my sorrel tea, medicinally, those are all the things that I do. I'll add some citrus when I'm making a sorrel tea. But I'm making an elderberry syrup with a twist. So it's an elderberry spice hibiscus syrup. Elderberry hibiscus spice syrup. So you want to let this, a lot of the water evaporate out to keep the nutrients and all the good stuff down to a minimal amount. And then however much I have, we're going to take one part of this decoction that I'm making. We're going to take one part, I'm going to put honey to sweeten it up. And honey also acts as a slight preservative. I'm also going to put some, what do you call it, molasses, blackstrap molasses in here. So some places say put 2 parts of honey, 1 part of your decoction. I'm not going to do 2 to 1. I'm going to do a 1 to 1. So I'm going to do half part honey, half part blackstrap molasses, and then the other part that would be honey, I'm going to put brandy to help it to preserve it. So it's going to be a cough syrup. It's going to have some brandy in there, but hey, it's okay. That also helps open up the chest, so it'll be good to be using as we're going into cold and flu season. As anybody's starting to feel any kind of scratchiness, sneezing, coughing, anything that you feel like coming on, we're going to use our syrup, and yeah, all that good stuff. So I am excited. Oh, okay. Can't go that way. Well, I can, but that wouldn't be good because the curtain. Okay, let's see if the sun is going to be in our way. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of sun. Whoops, no. Oh, we'll go this way. Okay, so I'm done anyway. That is what we've been up to. That is what I'm doing. I've been on YouTube. I found a really nice channel. This guy, he's like, he's an herb enthusiast. I really love him. What he's called himself, the Herbal Jedi. But I like his videos. So I'm getting some ideas. I never take anyone's recipe totally 100%. But I'll get ideas from other people's recipes and use some of the stuff that I know and some of the things that I already do, and I kind of combine them together to create something. So I'm using his ideas of putting the brandy with the honey as opposed to 2 parts honey, 1 part honey, 1 part brandy. But instead of doing 1 part honey, I'm doing half honey, half blackstrap molasses, because the blackstrap molasses will give you a little bit more iron content. So it'll be a elderberry, it'll be a syrup that's going to help stave off, and it's also going to give you a little iron. I thought about the iron because my oldest daughter is just like, low iron all the time. She's always cold. So if she takes this, this will be good for her to help fortify her iron count, as well as, have something to help keep the colds and the flus and the viruses and all that good stuff that's coming out this time of year, at bay. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about right now. I'm going to make some pesto. You know my corner. My corner has always got some noise. It always at the great outdoors. They come inside. You hear it. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching. I am going to work on making more videos. Come a little closer, so it's not one every 2 months. You're getting a new video, every week or so. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Alrighty, so my decoction has been boiling down. You can see it was where it started, of course, and where it's at. We're allowing it to boil down to make it a lot more concentrated. We want to make it about half of where it was. This bowl is not 100%. It's not 100%. But if I was to measure, it would be about right there. That's about half. That's about half. It would be right where my thumbnail is, and that's where it is now. So we are going to turn this off. I do not have any brandy. Remember, I said I was going to do mine with some brandy, but I may what's today? No, I'm not getting none today. But I will get some tomorrow. But I'm gonna strain this out, and I have this beautiful little liquor bottle that I'm repurposing. I've washed. It's a really pretty bottle. I washed it. It comes with a cork top. And I'm going to reuse the... Oh, they're having a party in the park. And of course, I'm hearing everything. Where is the top? It's around here somewhere. Anyway, it comes with a cork top, which is somewhere on the counter. Oh, here it goes. So, it'll be like this. I'm going to repurpose this bottle. This is where I'm going to put my syrup. Of course, once it's all done, I will date it and label it. This is going to be some really good elderberry, spiced elderberry syrup that we could use as we're going into the fall months to change the weather, where we're going into cold flu season and possibly COVID season again, because COVID is here to stay, I think. Alrighty, this is it. I'll show you the end product before I say goodbye.